Hey all, what I'm gonna do is go over this and explain it and talk because it's right for me, the audio and the voicing. If you don't want to listen, then you can edit the voice out. All this is because of a wreck. One drunk driver, ruthless, who almost killed me. I'm gonna show you the entire video, which is evidence, and explain how the courts are wrong. Those people right there are just few of them, right? There's additional parties and additional people lists that I'm adding. Now, you can read this. I'm doing this because it is evidence and it's facts. This drunk driver almost killed me. So what I'll do is I'll play a part of it, right? Because it's evidence for the entire court in the world. Now, that's why I got stronger, and I'm going to show you two things real quick. One I want to go over is this. This is all the truth, right? All this that I'm doing now. What I did was I'm adding right now, and then I'm going to turn in a brief. The lawyer's wrong, and that's it. In here, there's a lot of evidence I'm going to show you against MAS Law Firm, right? And I'm going to have to do, I'm saying, several more shares and videos to put it out there. Now, this is one of the people that's guilty from MAS Law Firm, right? And these are all lies. I can click on each one of these emails, but I'm presenting this as evidence. That guy actually threatened me right there. And the wreck, the issue with what you're looking at right here, the motion to oppose, is all because the lawyer lied, okay? These are facts. I'm actually going to go ahead and go and prove right to what I'm saying as I say it, right? To keep it simple and make sense, this is a drunk driver right here. A Dallas criminal, Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez, drunk driver, almost killed me, right? Right after the wreck, I got him on video camera, and that's it right here, okay? So I don't want to rush things. What I'm going to do is show you as much as possible. I was clean and sober going to the VA. So that's really Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez right here. He failed using turn signals. He was texting, drinking, and driving. I caught him. I got a glimpse of him before he wrecked. Destroyed my vehicle so bad. That's a beer bottle right there in front of the van. That's Progressive Insurance. He had a wife named Irene. He actually tried to run, physically changing his addresses. So this is wrong for me to even do anything, right? He should have already been sent to prison. We should have already got money for the Mustang and sued him and Progressive Insurance and made them pay all the medical bills. Now, the problem with MAS Law Firm, so this is going to make a lot of sense if you think about it, right? I'm going to show you a wreck of the damages, but also I'm going to show you the wreck again as I make sense. So this is right. That's an appeal I had to pay for, right? Because of this drunk, right? So what I'm doing is I'm actually going to show it to you again. That's a real drunk driver. That's really a Dallas criminal, Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez. Go ahead and check his. And you know what? What about the stolen property in the van? He hit me so hard it almost killed me. That's the beer bottle right there, okay? So that's evidence, right? And he should have, would have already been in prison. That's what I want to do. On my brief, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there to the public. And the reason I say I'm putting it out to the public in the world is because I am. Right after the wreck, I got him on camera. I went to Thompson Law Firm, and what they did was they did not handle, they further violated all my rights. Number one, Progressive Insurance, I notified them, and an adjuster and agent, Casey Colby, did not handle the case right from the beginning. I went to Thompson Law Firm, and they were worse. Ryan Ladd Thompson, I do that. I provide his bar number. That way, everybody has evidence, and it's right for me to say it, to go against them. All these people really are criminals. I'm going to explain it in the order that you see, and I'm going to go ahead and show the right order for me. Here's the damages, right? This is real. And the right thing for me to say is that the the law firms and the lawyers lie so bad they sent and would send fake deceptive letters, right? Now, I'm doing this for the right reason for me and the next person, but I have to go against every single person, the drunk driver that wrecked and destroyed my vehicle and my body, right? Now, MAS Law Firm, I'm going to talk bad about them for a while, because in reality, I never gave Thompson permission to do anything with my case against me and wrong, and they never told me the truth. The case was started as 211-396, official case, right? So those are real damages, right? Now, I have more videos that I have to put out because it's right. I'm going to keep this real quick about what I'm explaining. MAS never had my permission. Thompson never had my permission to move my case, to send it anywhere, okay? So they further violated all my rights. In here, what I'm going to do to the public is show you the emails. Now, this is how corrupt MAS was. Jasmine Solano was one of the first that further violated all my rights. They never had permission. Ryan Ladd Thompson, Edwin, an employee, never had permission to move or send my case anywhere. So that is putting up with these people, Jasmine Solano, and the lies. Like, there was no honest letters sent. There was no court appearances. They're all lies, right? And I caught them. Now, the truth about all this is that I'm showing you the facts that they lie and say, like right here, they remind me there's a mediation, and it never happens. They send lies, and this is where I was threatened May 10th, right? So to keep it in the right order, the May 19th, 20, you say 20, yeah, May 19th, 20. I'll get back to that. The original wreck is still affecting me, right? I lost permanent eyesight. I have surgery April 15th because of him. So in this, to make it more perfected, make it more right, is to add, the sightings to reporter records. I got them all in lies, and the CSR is violating, right? MAS right here never told the truth what they were doing. They sent deceptive false letters about hearings and trials that never happened. So that's what I'm elaborating on and focusing on right now. I felt like I could have did more, but what's wrong is having to do this at all. Because if you put all the evidence and facts together, someone almost killed me. That's it. You don't put a victim through more. You don't make them suffer more, right? But these are the evidences right here that are right. They're supporting everything right here. But all this is just showing the lies very simply. Like, and to say, see, May 28th, 2019, the attack, the suffering for 5 years. And there was actually a threat, and you can call them attacks and assaults, that happened May 10th. So there's the days it comes up to. Now, what I'm also going to do to show you support, Navai actually threatened me, right? So this really happened. Jeffrey Daniel Shelton, Robin Amy, Ivy Measure-Leanne, and Carrie Tate, CSR 8010, really did attack, assault me. They really did abuse, bully. They really did harass me, okay? This really happened, right? And you don't do that to someone that's almost killed. You work with them, right? So this is exposing all these people. Now, what I'm going to do in my brief is I'm going to expose more because it's very simple. And I can even show you a rough draft. I'm not going to, but the way I'm going to have my brief is wrong, that I don't sleep because of this and I'm suffering, and anyone could help. I would let people help me to help me get loss of wages, money, and time going back 5 years, right? And I have what I want. I want property and money from all these people, going past a dozen of them, from the law firms, insurance company, the drunk, and 298th court that wronged me. And I actually want them sent to prison. And that's really my title page and my cover letter. What I want. I want the baloney reversed, because they said I wasn't at a hearing, and they sent a letter saying there was a jury trial November 4th, and I was ready to go, and they went behind my back, really, which is breaking the law. And Rule 8.4 is misconduct. Nicholas Louis Vincent, Jeffrey Daniel Shelton, Robin Amy Ivy, Mr. Leanne. Now I'm going to name as many of all the lawyers that really did further violate my rights and can be sent to prison. Vincent lied on uh, reporter's record. He lied all the way through the hearing. So what I'm going to do is show you this one more time for the right reason, because this is the best I could do it, and I turn it in soon, and I do the brief. And the brief is going to be simple, where I'm going with that. So what I'm doing is showing you more evidence, and somebody else could use a language, right, that the system screwed up, but that's not where I'm going. This is evidence. Like, here's charges that, that I paid for an appeal because they lied to me. And I'm going to show you this, that they sent a letter November 4th saying there was a hearing, and I was ready. I made another video about the wreck showing the damages to the world, because I was happy finally I was going to go against the guy that almost killed me. Now here's evidence. September 27th, 24, I was at the VA. So this is real. This is real evidence about injuries, right? And that's a fact. And you could say I actually went to the to the location, and I wasn't allowed in the hearing, but you know the the reality of what they did is all these emails are all lies, where they're saying there's a hearing, and they're this is a bunch of baloney. They're communicating, and this is going on, and there's a trial, and then there's not. You could just read right through that, the whole thing. It's really all lies. So the worst thing they did was that, and they kept doing it, right? It didn't just start in 2019. It went on, right, to 2020, 21, and eventually up to 2023, right? So these really happen. Now, strengthening a case, I recommend, suggest it, to put everything you can in there and just tell the truth. That's what I'm doing. I want to say, like anyone else would say, nobody's ever suffered that much. No one has. A guy almost killed me, and 25 people have turned and went against me. And that is what's wrong with your system. So this is all the wrongs that I have to go through, and that's the number one bad guy from the now going back, right? So I've had to pay for all this. Now, what I did right was he lied on a court reporter's record right there, and that you're gonna that his last name's Vincent. He's a liar. He went to college in Mississippi. He's never told the truth about. He won't give you his number and where he lives at. He's not going to tell you the truth. And the lawyers lie, and they will go behind their back, and that's it. I'm just exposing all of them, and I want to do more in the alphabetical order from the bottom up. Jack, Walter Witham, Nicholas Louis Vincent, and Carla Vela is a new one I found out, exposing her as wrong, and Madeline Meeker. So these are all bad people with MAS Law Firm. It's very simple. I never gave permission. I never told Ryan Thompson and their company they could turn against me. I never gave them permission to send my case anywhere. And Jasmine Solano further violated all my rights. Everybody at MAS did. So that's Witham, Jack Walter Witham, and these are lawyers that ganged up against me. And the MAS stands for these guys, and I've used other words that are very strong against them, and I am right by standing firm in saying what they really are, exposing them, right, as you could say, satanic terrorists and foreigners and egregious, very outstandingly bad people, right? Maybe the worst in the whole town. And it's Majarad, Sean Shahin, Majarad, and Abu Saad, and Nazeh Rebi Abu Saad, and then Muhammad Yusuf Sayed and Charles Richard Krause, just as bad. They're all satanic. I have a right to say everything I'm saying. So MAS stands for that, and they're liars on your side. They're going to lie to you. So that's four in the chain of command. But exposing all of them is right. Jennifer Jacobs, like, is the CSR 298th court. I have to expose all of them because they're wrong. The judge, Emily Tabalowski, was wrong, right? They lied to me, sent a letter saying that I had a hearing on November 4th, right? And I was looking forward to it because I didn't feel like I had anything to lose, right? Because the drunk almost killed me, right? But the people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to pay. So I feel like anybody would say, I want all that property and money as much as possible, and I want them sent to prison. And everybody else would want that. And there's the letter right there. So see, this is evidence. If you look at the date right there, it says November 4th, 2024 at 9 a.m. jury trial against the drunk. So they lied. Who's responsible? The lawyer, the judge, 298th court, right? And also MAS law firm. They've got to be a part of it. I mean, that's how evil they are. So, I have evidence. Like I said, June 24th, I caught the judge. I went there, and I caught her doing something wrong. It's just that simple. You go into the courtroom, and the remark was, "I don't think you're supposed to be here." And I'm like, "What? Why? I'm here to tell you about show you the video of the drunk driver that almost killed me." So anyway, it's exposing people is right? And this is just wrong to have to go through all this, but I'm going to show you more and expose them more, right? So the main thing about this share is really exposing all of them, and it goes out to the world. And I go, first of all, this is a fact. A guy almost killed me. First of all, a guy almost killed me. Because of that, I got him on video. I went to a law firm that wronged me wronged me all the way, and the Progressive Insurance wronged me all the way, and the drunk drivers never paid at all, and we're going to make them pay. We have to. And then MAS did triple, quadruple, quintuple wrong. If I show you the additional parties, additional people list, it is 25. It includes MAS law firm, Thompson law firm, Progressive Insurance, the drunk, and 298th court. There's 5 people with 298th. Be Emily Tabalowski. I found out Nicole Burrows, chief clerk, and exposing Jennifer Jacobs, CSR 8809. She operated with an expired license that expired May 31st, 2024. You can't do that. You can't be in a court September 27th with an expired license, right? That's not valid. So I'm going to show you that. And Nicholas Louis Vincent, the satanic, evil, bad guy lawyer, probably one of the worst in the town, right? So, and those are 5 people right there with 298th. But these are just facts, right? This is Jennifer Jacobs, and I paid. And here is, I'm going to show you something right here that is going to expose the 3 of them from that day. And these are sightings to reporter's record. That is a fact. Jennifer Jacobs' license expired May 31st, 2024. Okay. This is page 6. A sighting to reporter's records. You write it and then you put what is your sighting, and then you put parentheses RT, reporter's transcript, and then the page number and the line numbers. Like that will be written on my brief as a CSR operated with a failed license. Page 6, line 22 to 25. So I started the brief already, and here's major lies. Like, this is 2 to 3 years in prison. This is Nicholas Louis Vincent. Moore lied the entire way through. This is page 4, line 11 to 25. Lied entirely about representation, period. And then evidence, you just saw the evidence. And then here is the lie. I never got any motion or notice, right? So this is major to me. The index is not in alphabetical order. Strike, strike. And the appearances are lies. That's not his right name and his number. Nicholas Louis Vincent and his phone number at home and an address. He withheld 2 Minor Liber Matt Hoffman Del Val addresses, one in San Antonio at 3800 Horizon Hill and another Katy Freeway in Houston. So that's lying outright to the judge. Okay, so that's appearances, right? Now that is a reporter's record, right? It does not have the time start, no official start, beginning of time. And guess what? Gonzalez didn't show. That's a crime. So we might have to put this video in parts and pieces because it's went to 2233 now, the audio and video. So what I've done is just exposed all those people, and I can do more. That's just it's miserable to have to pay. Here is a major thing to me. I caught Vincent. Every X is a lie. That's 15. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 14 lies. I had a table of contents, right? There it is. So he lied on a document January 23rd, 24. All those X's are lies. That's more than 2 to 3 years in prison, right? So the last things I can show you is just up to date, right? That's January 27th, right? And this is a waste of my money. This is a waste of my, that's reality. It's a waste of my wages and my money and my time because of a drunk driver. So I'll show you that again because it's supporting it. It is real evidence. It is real facts. So I was okay about letting a higher power handle a situation, but I'm not okay with what really happened. So I'm telling the truth. I haven't done anything wrong. As a matter of fact, I've suffered the entire time for 5 years. And that's damages. That's real. I made that video before the court jury, they lied to me and said that November 4th I'd go. So I made that video to prove and show the whole world. Because that's right. That's what you want to do. So what is really wrong is to have to go up to prove that. There it is right there, February 1st, 5th. Okay, I have a week I have to pay $10 because someone almost tried to kill me and 25 people are wrong, right? So here's another thing that is wrong, that right here, this I feel wrong about. Moot, I turned in a brief right, amended brief, and it was claimed moot. And I'm like, no, it was right. It had real facts and evidence in there. Now, this, I never got information for people without lawyer on November 15th. I never got that. So here's where I am. I am writing a brief with citations to reporters' records. So I just did that. So this is February 19th. But, I'm actually exposing judges now because it's right. Because I caught a couple of them where what's right for me, that this is, one of the last messages, right? That I have a week to pay $10. So what I'm doing is going ahead and going to the library today. And I've also got to write as much as I can and make more videos because it's really right. Exposing the judges is going to be right for me because they're just wrong. There's been the judges and the Chief Justice. I mailed 3 times the rec video, right? But there is the calendar right here. And this is today, right? So the right thing for me is to keep going and telling the truth because it'll pay one way, and that is the actual time date stamp they call it. It's Tuesday, March 4th. It's 10:03 a.m., right? So the main thing is this motion to oppose, and the wrong thing is the lawyer is a liar, and all he did was lie and say he lied, trying to find somehow how I'm wrong, and I'm not. I got almost killed by a drunk driver. About 25 people have done me wrong, and I've got to expose them all. So this is the time date. What I do is go to the library and keep working on the brief all week long and pay the $10 on that day. And 2720 now, the audio attached is video evidence and facts supporting, which is right for me. And it has to go forward to everybody in the courts because that's right about me. Is it goes to all the lawyers, all the judges in my town, and has to go higher to the Supreme Court to because you can't have that many people do you wrong. Back to the list. I'm going to go ahead and do it as many people as I can from memory because in the brief it's actually additional parties, additional people, and that's the way it's going to be. So the brief, which is right for me to say a little bit about it, where I've already done a couple pages and I just am going to do it the way that's right for me in the brief. Just have an opening statement, an objective, you put the case number, and I just put what I want. I want property, money, as much as possible for the 25 people at least. There's more who've done me wrong, and I want them sent to prison. That's what I want, and reversed because could have gone to the hearing, but they wouldn't let me. September 27th, they lied to me saying there was a jury trial November 4th, so I was ready to go, and I didn't find out for months. So that goes against the lawyer in any kind of legal paperwork, about doing the right things because I've already done them over and over, right? So that's just proven all these people are wrong. And like I said, that's right for me in the brief, an opening statement. And you can have a title page and a cover letter. In my case, it's not going to help at all, except to write to judge and say, I got an order to talk to some of them and send the evidence of the wreck in. And this goes to everyone now, official. So the people, like I said, Jack, Walter, with them at the bottom of the alphabetical list, it's easier right now for me to remember. I told you who MAS was, and I'm going to go over briefly is the V's are Carla Vela. I just found out that's someone else who did me wrong, Madeline Meeker. Like Nicole Burrows, I just found out she did me wrong because they're supposed to. They're a part of 298th Court. They got to do the right thing. They never sent a notice. Okay, so that's right. I'm telling them. I'm telling everyone they're wrong. Dupree Brown and Burroughs and the judge Tabalowski, Vincent, and Jennifer Jacobs of CSR. You just saw the expired license. So Vagefi, Mehdi Vagefi is a bad guy with MAS, and Melissa Vieira and Carla Vela. I said that Vincent is in the V's, and Tabalowski and Tate, and then with him Jack Walter with him, and all the lawyers do is going to lie, and they're going to say, no, that when this is reality, man, and that's anybody else would say, yeah, you're going to want to get paid for suffering for more than 5 years. You're going to want all your losses, your loss of property and your body injuries. You're going to want compensation, and that's it. In my case, I want all their property and money as much as possible, and I want them sent to prison. That's what I want, because the drunk driver may kill your family and he may kill you, and the lawyers that I'm exposing that are bad, they could end up killing you, or taking all your money, or not defending you. It's just as bad. Table of authorities. Dylan Molino was a drunk driver, 26-year-old, killed a detective. My case is worse because I'm suffering. The detective never suffered. He was killed, right? But Gonzalez has been on the run. He actually tried fleeing the scene. The Dallas criminal, you watched it on tape, but Molina was caught. And O'Rourke is another person on my table of authorities. So the brief I can explain, but back to the list: Robin Amy Ivy Measure Rebecca Salgado, Jeff Daniel Shelton, and Rebecca Salgado, Jeff Daniel Shelton, and Jasmine Solano, Robin Amy Ivy Mizralan, Sean Sharon, Sean Shaheen Majarad, and then Owen, Kenneth Davis Owen, and Charles Richard Krause. Edwin, an employee. Ryan Ladd Thompson's one of them, Oliver Thompson Law Firm. Edwin's an employee who did me wrong. And these are real, this is real harassments, real threats really happened. And that's reality, right? And Carolyn Dupree Brown going up the list, and the, like Jennifer Jacobs is in the Jays, and Gonzalez, Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez, the Dallas criminal drunk driver, and adjuster in the A's is Abu Saad, Nazeh Rebi Abu Saad, Abusaad, an adjuster for Progressive Insurance, and agent Casey Colby.